Everybody, my name is Christina Dunn. As several of you know me, I'm going to start off by sharing my story and how I got introduced to Young Living essential oils. 2011, I gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. She came a little early due to pregnancy complications. I had preeclampsia and pregnancy-induced heart failure, called peripartum cardiomyopathy. Through that journey, I didn't start healing very quickly until I started juicing. I started just researching all over the internet things to heal the body and to heal the heart. So I started doing that and walking every day after the initial 3 months of being diagnosed. At that point, at 3 months, I had an echocardiogram done. My ejection fraction rate, which is the rate at which your heart pushes out the blood, was still only 45%. I was diagnosed, it was 35%. So it only improved about 10%. So, of course, I was at home and I was really upset because I couldn't resume breastfeeding my little girl due to all the medications I was on. And then I just started praying. It was just kind of a aha moment that I had some kind of purpose in life, and I didn't necessarily know what it was, but I started praying that God just restore my body and show me what to do next, and that's when He led me to doing the juicing and the walking every day. And 6 months later, I went to the cardiologist on my son's birthday, August 14th, 2012. 9 months after I was diagnosed, I had another echocardiogram done, and at that point he told me that I was completely recovered, that my ejection fraction rate was a high normal, 62 to 65%, and I was able to wean off my medications. That was the best day, one of the best days of my life. I never thought that I would be fully recovered from that, but being recovered from that brought on a lot of anxiety and panic attacks that I had. I was ready to be off the medications. At the same time, it was my security blanket. It was, I take this pill every day, I'm going to be okay, I'll wake up tomorrow morning. So getting off of it did cause some issues. When weather changes, even still today, I can feel the difference in my body. I can tell when it's going to rain or when certain things happen in our climate. It's people that suffered life-changing traumatic experiences with their body, with their health, can probably tell you the same thing. So when I had those issues, a racing heartbeat or just mild chest pain, trouble catching your breath, it brought on a lot of fear, a lot of that flashbacks to that time. And I got to the point that I would start crying, and my husband was like, that's it. You need to find a medication that's going to help you, that's going to help you get over that anxiety and the panic attacks that you're having, because I would be freaking out to him every time it happened, any little thing. And I told him, I don't want to be on medications again. I wasn't myself when I was on the heart medications. I was a totally different person on them, and I didn't like the effects it was having on my body. So I did research, and I started looking for natural ways to overcome anxiety and panic attacks, and I came across aromatherapy. I started off by buying some lavender from Whole Foods. That's a big no-no. I'll kind of touch on that in a little bit, but it did nothing for me. There's a warning label on it. I'm like, okay, am I not allowed to put it on my body? What happens if I put it on my body? And, I'm really careful about what's going in and on my body ever since I had the heart failure. I'm very cautious and very careful with what I use. So I was leery about it. I put it, in some spray and kind of would inhale it from the bottle a little bit. Did nothing. I had another heart sister come to me at that point and was like, hey, you should try this. And so I kind of looked at the website and I was just like, that's just too much money. I can't afford that. And, I already tried the stuff from Whole Foods and it did nothing for me. No, thank you. So months went on, and then I had my surgery to do a tubal ligation due to the heart failure to make sure that, I didn't accidentally get pregnant again and go into heart failure again from another pregnancy. So I did that, and then I had issues afterwards. Not with the surgery itself. I don't know if I pulled a muscle or something in my stomach, my low abdomen, but it was hurting. And at that point, I got some samples sent to me in the mail, and it was amazing. I applied the oils before I went to bed. The next day, my pain was totally gone. I was blown away. But through more research, this is before I started Young Living. It was another company. I'm not going to talk about another company, but through research, I found Young Living after that because, I want to get what's the best out there. Obviously, if I'm going to spend my money on it, it has to be well worth it, the real deal. And that's when I found Young Living on a website. I came into contact with somebody once I moved to Texas, and they showed me all the Young Living oils. And I signed up, and it's just changed our lives ever since. So that's how we got started. My anxiety, when I feel it coming on now, I'm able to control it with the oils. There's several that help with that. And in addition to that, I was able to get my 3-year-old daughter off all her allergy prescriptions. She was diagnosed with allergies when she was 1. She did the whole allergy testing with the injections, the shots, and she was allergic to 7 different kinds of molds, oak, pine, some kind of tree mix, cats, dogs, dust, and mites. She was allergic to it. She was on injections weekly. She was prescribed Zyrtec, a Claritin. It was a few years ago. I'm trying to remember the whole list of things. There was Nasonex, some kind of capsule, and some steroid creams. And not to mention the long trip to Houston to Children's Medical Center and the long wait to see an allergist down here. It was just totally ridiculous. And so once I got the Young Living oils, I started treating her and doing the research for the allergy treatment. And today she's off everything, even the steroid creams. We're able to use the oils on her skin topically. And, there's a little bit of trial and error. You find what works for you. So we're still adjusting what we put on our skin to help heal because she breaks out real bad in eczema. But as far as the allergies with the runny nose, sinus issues, watery eyes, that kind of stuff, it's totally gone. She's the oils that we use on her has totally made her free from having to use any medications in her body, which is, a big deal. You think, using an allergy medication isn't that big of a deal, but when your child's 1 year old and you're told to keep giving them medication every day for the rest of their life, that adds some kind of damage in the body for the, I was concerned about her little liver and her kidneys and, her immune system. But anyways, it's totally changed our lives. So I'm going to share the oils today that helped us, the Premium Starter Kit. These are the oils that I started with, and it's a really good starting point to introduce to the world of essential oils. But before I start talking about them in particular, I want to say that I am not a doctor. I'm not trying to treat or cure or diagnose anybody's disease. If you're on life-dependent medications, please talk to your doctor before getting off of them or taking anything internally. Do your research and trust your body, and don't listen to, don't rely on me or anybody else that's not a medical professional when it comes to what your life is depending on with your medications. The testimonies that I share are purely my own. I'm not saying that they are going to heal or treat you. So, with that said, I'm going to get started. The first one is lemon. This one here, it's a lemon essential oil. It's a 5 milliliter bottle. Here's what the top looks like. You just pour it. If you're new and you never used essential oils, I recommend starting off with just like 1 drop. They're really potent and powerful because they are in the purest form. If you see on the back here, there's no warning label. therapeutic grade. It doesn't have any alcohol fillers, any synthetics in it. When you peel the label, you'll see other information right there. And I had the privilege of going to one of the Young Living farms last summer during convention in Utah, and I actually got to see the farm and the distillery and how they make our oils. So it is a really cool thing. That's one thing about Young Living that no other company can offer their members, is the ability to go visit any of their farms. They welcome you there. They allow you to tour. They allow you to take part in the harvest season, which is something that I've been really wanting to do. But lemon here, it helps with a lot of things. It helps with cleansing your kidneys. It helps with the allergies. It's part of the allergy trio. It also helps with uplifting the mood. It helps energize. You can make it for cleaning. You can diffuse it for cleansing your air. It gets gum and sticky stuff off of countertops and that kind of thing. The next is leaves. It's one of the blends that comes in the kit. It has clove, eucalyptus, lemon, and rosemary. Anyways, it tells you on here too, on the back, how many drops like to use per serving. And it has cinnamon as well. I forgot about that. But this, it's really good for immune boosting. I take it if I know I'm going to be around a lot of people or a crowded place like school or an airplane. Before I travel, take this. It will help keep you from getting sick. They actually did a study showing that the thieves' oil works better than hand sanitizer, which is really awesome. We use that also for the allergies. I diffuse that with another oil called Parafication that helps cleanse the air. My daughter sleeps a lot better at night now. She was waking up every night in the middle of the night scratching on herself, and when we diffuse those oils together, it helps because the oils that are in the thieves also help with the mold growth. It helps get rid of the mold spores, and a lot of people are allergic to mold, so that stands to reason. The next is Panaway. Panaway has a child safety lock lid, if you notice. This is not ingestible. It tells you on the label as well, directions and the caution. You don't want to use this on your little ones. When you use it, you want to dilute it. That'll be in my next video that I do. When I talk about diluting, you want to do it with a fatty carrier oil, which would be like an extra virgin olive oil, a coconut oil, which is the one that I like to use the most. You can use grapeseed oil, avocado oil. And what this does, it helps people with like injuries, spinal issues, cartilage. It helps repair and restore. This is my first love, lavender. It is the oil that I started with to help take care of my anxiety and my panic attacks that I was having. It's very calming and relaxing. It just smells so good. I wish y'all can just smell them right now. It's really relaxing. I take it, pour a drop in my hands. You can rub it together and inhale and take full deep breaths. If you have trouble sleeping, you can rub it like on your chest, all over, like on your pillow. You can put it in a little spray bottle and spritz it on your linens. And that's also part of the allergy trio. It works like a natural Benadryl. So for allergies, what I would do for my daughter is I just take the bottle like this and just put my finger on where the oil comes out and swipe it here and across the cheeks, and you can also do it behind the ears. Another thing that I do is take a little bottle and put a rollerball figment on the top, and I mix the allergy trio together with the carrier oil, and then you can just roll it on, you know, not even have to worry about pouring all the oils every time. Peppermint is another favorite. It helps with pain relief. You have a headache or a migraine. I don't know how many times I've had to use that, but this is how I do it. Put my finger on the end, swipe it across my forehead, the temples, also on the back of the neck here. Helps any kind of, it brings instant relief, but it is considered a hot oil. Oh, I forgot to say that about the thieves too. That is also another hot oil, so you don't want to put that directly on your skin without diluting it, unless you're like me and you like the strong feeling of the peppermint. It also repels spiders. I was driving down the road and I had a spider come down over my steering wheel, and of course I freaked out because I'm terrified of spiders. Just kind of blindly reaching around in my purse and grabbed my peppermint, and I'm like putting drops of peppermint on my floorboards, and that thing ended up on the other side of the car. And you know, when I came to a stop, I was able to get rid of it, but it got it away from me while I was driving. Peppermint is also part of the allergy trio. It helps detoxify and cleanse your system. It's part of the weight loss trio. You can use it. You can take this one internally. It's really good in a glass of water. Like just one drop goes a long way. It helps digestion. So if you have a stomach issue, a bloating and gas, that helps a lot. Also freshens your breath. Put a drop right under the tongue. If you're brave enough to do it, it's pretty strong. But I've been doing oils for a while now, so I just go with what's comfortable for me, and I like it. So that's how I do it. The next one is Parafication. That's the one that I was talking about diffusing for my daughter to help her sleep. I was trying to diffuse everything. I thought, let's just get her some sleepy oils. Let's just do something that's going to help her pass out and calm down. Well, that wasn't her issue. That's what I mean by trial and error. You kind of figure out the source, the root of the problem. And for us, when we did the Parafication, it totally did the trick. I never run out of this stuff. She's allergic to dust mites, and what this does, Parafication, it cleanses the air, it repels bugs. So it was able to cleanse the bedroom for her in place of having to run an air purifier 24/7. As you know, those air filters for those things aren't cheap. You have to keep replacing those throughout the year. Then you have to run it 24/7, like, you know, your allergist tells you that. Ours did. I recommended running 24/7 in the bedroom for her. And then you have your electric bill that you have. With this, with our diffuser, you see it in the back, it's running. The new ones are really cool too, this home diffuser. It's my favorite. You just pour a few drops of oil in there before bed, and you can set a timer on your diffuser. You can run it continuously, and that'll last about 2 hours. Or you can, if you press the button twice, it'll light up red on the bottom where the button is, and it'll diffuse for 30 seconds and then shut off for 30 seconds, and it'll diffuse again for another 30 seconds. It does it in intervals, so that'll last about 6 hours. So it's really good through the night. And it makes your oils go far, especially if you have a small room. You don't have to put a lot of drops in there, but the Parafication, that's a really wonderful one. I love this stuff. And also the mosquitoes. When they come out, I'm in Texas, living in the swamp land down here in Houston, near the Gulf. So we have major mosquitoes, and I would get whelps all over my body from those mosquitoes down here. When I get bit, just put this on them directly, and it instantly takes that swelling down and helps get rid of the itching. The lavender is also another great one for the bug bites and the itching and the eczema. But the Parafication helps get rid of the mosquitoes. You can make a spray with it, and along with the thieves, mix them in a spray bottle and just spray yourself in place of bug spray, and then you don't have those harmful chemicals on your kids. Worrying about, is it going to get in their face, or are they going to get, you know, a rash? I'm allergic to DEET, so I can't use that stuff. So Parafication's been a lifesaver here, and it's great for patio parties. you want to have a pool party in the summer or a barbecue, bring your diffuser outside on the porch, start diffusing Purification in place of the citronella candles, you're good to go. It's also good for acne and skin issues. I occasionally get a zit here and there still, even though I'm 30. That's how I do it, on my finger, put it on the spots, and they instantly just dry up. You don't even have to worry about them anymore. It's a great cleanser. Smelly odors too. It gets rid of odors, cigarette smoke, stinky shoes. You can put a few drops on cotton balls, stick them in your kids' shoes or whatever, their gym bag. You're good. The next one is Joy. It has our rose oil in it, which has one of the highest oil frequencies that are out. Frequencies, everyone has an electrical frequency in their body, and oils are living, so they have frequency too. So if you're coming down, like when we get sick, our frequencies go down. So when we use the oils, it helps lift them back up. And rose oil, which is in the Joy blend, is one of the highest that we have. I think it's Idaho Blue Spruce. That's the highest frequency. Can't remember exactly, but rose is up there, and rose is very, 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 very expensive because it takes thousands of pounds of rose petals to even make a little bit of oil. And so this is a precious one that comes in the kit. It has ylang ylang, rose. You can peel it back here, and it'll give you the directions too. It has lemon, geranium. It's really great for lifting up your mood, as the name says, Joy. Depression. Say you go to a funeral and you rub a little bit on like a perfume here on your chest. It helps everybody kind of lift their mood and the spirit. Having a hard day, a baby with a temper tantrum, I make my daughter inhale this. I'm like, here, smell this. And she'll just go, oh, that smells so good. She loves Joy, and it really does help. Put this in the diffuser. Your spouse has a bad day at work, start diffusing a little bit of Joy. You feel a little irritable, had a hard day, dealing with a bunch of bratty kids. Yeah, rub some Joy on you. It really helps, and it smells so good. Next one is frankincense. The most precious oil, worth more than gold. The baby Jesus was given frankincense, so it must be pretty wonderful. It's one of those oils for me that I think fixes everything. When in doubt, use frankincense. Don't know what else to use? Use your frankincense. It also enhances other oils. So if you want to use lavender for your allergies, swipe here and here. You can also top it with your frankincense. It helps with coughs. It helps with skin, anti-aging. Well, not really supposed to say anti anymore, FDA, but really helps your skin and your skin repair your skin cells in their natural state. It helps people that are diagnosed. Helps them cope, deal with cancer. It has wonderful. It's just a fix-all, and it's really calming and helps with anxiety and emotional issues, depression. It's wonderful. Everybody should have a bottle of frankincense. What I do with it is put it down the spine, especially if my daughter is battling an illness. Her immune system is really overactive and sensitive, so when she actually does get sick, like her getting a cold is like the flu. So we use this every time. It also helps with fever. We've broken her fever using the frankincense. And just pour 1 drop down her spine and just rub it in, and it's really mild and gentle, so we don't dilute this one. But again, if you're new to oils, follow the directions on the bottles and start out really small until you know what your body can handle, because everyone is different. And new to the kit is Citrus Rush. It is amazing. It gives you energy, uplifting with your mood. You can diffuse it. It has spearmint in it, grapefruit, tangerine, orange, lemon, and mandarin. It's really good to drink it too. I put it in a glass of ice water, and it also helps curb your appetite. Oh yeah, it's wonderful. Melaleuca is also a new addition to the kit. Melaleuca is another term for tea tree. It's the real name for tea tree oil. Everybody is pretty familiar with what tea tree oil is used for. Fungal infections, bug bites, cleansing, really good for your skin. Dandruff issues, really good. People have made facial cleansers with their Melaleuca, or you can mix like a drop or two with your shampoo and help your hair. I know there's a lot of hair care products, shampoos, and conditioners now that are labeled with tea tree oil, especially with men. They have some really cool men's products. Well, now you don't have to buy those and spend $30 on a bottle of shampoo. You can just have your Melaleuca and put a drop in there, and you're good to go. And the next one is Stress Away. This is probably one of my favorite oils. It smells so good. It does exactly what the name of it says. Stress Away. There's lime and vanilla, cobaiba, cedarwood, and acacia, which is wonderful for balancing your mood. The lavender with the vanilla is just very calming. Lime is really good, natural antioxidant, the fruit. And cobaiba is a great for inflammation. So, yeah, it smells great. It's wonderful. And it also comes with a rollerball figment that you can place on your bottle. It snaps. You just take the lid off, and this thing here, it pops out, and then you just push the rollerball on there and twist the cap, and it snaps into place. Then you just roll it on just like this. And there's so many days that I have it where my 3-year-old daughter is driving me absolutely out of my mind. Just roll it on your wrist, and back here. Actually, I just roll it everywhere. It smells so good. There's so many wonderful things you can do with these oils besides health. You can make beauty products with them. You can make cleansing products with them. Hygiene, oral hygiene products. There's just everything. Laundry. It does these. What I love about the oils is that they're so versatile. That you can use them for so many different things. And I'm a girl that likes to get the most out of my money, the best deal. And this does it. We've saved so much money with these oils, especially getting our daughter. I think you see her out of the window back there. She makes the video fun. But yes, we got her off all of the allergy medications, and even with health insurance, we were still having to pay like $400 something because some of the ointments weren't covered by our medical plan. Those steroid creams. So it saved us a lot of time. Also, having to drive down to Houston, which if you've never driven in Houston, you're lucky because it's a pain in the neck. Having to go down there, find parking, and wait forever. I don't know. Oh my gosh, there's nothing worse than having a doctor's appointment and getting in there and still waiting for your doctor to show up for 30, 45 minutes just to talk to you for 10 more minutes and just write some prescription. So, these oils have totally changed our lives in so many ways. And, also in the kit, you get this diffuser here. That's the home diffuser that I was talking about. It has the timer on there. You can also turn the light on and off. So if you're somebody that likes to sleep in the dark, it's not a problem. You can still diffuse it at nighttime in your bedroom or wherever. You can even buy like adapters in your car for a wall outlet, and you can plug it into your vehicle. That's a little tricky because you don't want your diffuser to tip over. But I've done that before on my long trips. My family is from Missouri, and my husband and I live down here in Texas where his family is from. So that's a long drive, especially when you have 2 children that travel with you. That diffuser has been super helpful. I actually drove a daycare van for an after-school program for a while, and the children were just wired. Like, you couldn't even get them under control. And so I started taking my diffuser on the van and diffused some oils for them. The lavender actually was one that they really loved, and they actually calmed down. And they would walk in and like, we can't believe it. Those oils work for you? Because I told the director, I was like, I'm going to try this. Is this okay? You know, I'm gonna diffuse these oils and see if their behavior changes. And it really did. While they were on the van and I diffused, she's like, you know what? I noticed that they did come in a little bit calmer, and they actually started diffusing in their building their facility now in their daycare for these children. There's just, if you research, you can find so many testimonies on what these oils do for so many people in the workplace and at schools, in the medical field too as well. I know that a lot of hospitals are starting to diffuse. So that diffuser is probably my favorite way to use the oils, because then everybody's getting benefited. It disperses the oils through the air, and you're breathing those in. And so everybody in your house is breathing those in, and they're getting the benefits. And you can use anywhere from, you know, a couple of drops all the way up to 12. It just depends also how big your space is that you're diffusing. If it's a small room, I would just do a couple to start with. Because people that never use oils, and you don't necessarily have the healthiest lifestyle, you may feel, because they're so powerful and they're cleansing, and they help restore your cells to their original state, how they're supposed to work. You may feel a little bit of detox symptoms from them. So definitely start slow. And if you notice, if you use anything and your skin feels a little irritated, lay off of it for a while, because your body's trying to detox. It's cleansing. It's what those oils are doing, is cleansing your body. Also in the kit, you'll get 2 packets of this. It's our Ningxia Red. While I was at convention, I got to go see the Wolfberry plant. The Ningxia Wolfberry, only Young Living has them. It has the highest antioxidant out of any fruit or vegetable that you can get. As I was telling you before, I did juicing before I found out about oils to help my heart. And that was, oh gosh, I was spending probably over $200 a month on juicing 4 ounces of juice a day. And getting these little babies is probably even better than juicing yourself, because of the Wolfberry and the benefits. It can help so many different things. It can assist in diabetes. It can help with insulin resistance. I have a girl that uses this, and she was able to get off her insulin resistance medications. I don't recommend you doing that without a doctor telling you that's okay. So please don't just go home and get this and get off your medications. Helps with cardiovascular function. It helps with your mood, your stamina. It's great when you're working out. I started doing this and after about 2 weeks, I started to feel a difference in my mental clarity and my stamina, the ability to not get tired so quickly. And also, I did my blood pressure before I started, and it was a high normal. I think it was about 120 over, maybe just right at 80 or 84. I don't remember. Anyways, after 2 months of doing this, every morning I did 2 ounces. My blood pressure was 107 over 68. It was really good. Right now it's steady at about 110 over 70 is about average for me. But it helps your blood pressure too. It helps with cholesterol levels. It's just the antioxidant power of this, I just can't even describe how awesome. So anyways, you'll get 2 of these to try. They're best chilled too, so you can put them in the refrigerator. That's what I recommend. And also, the samples that you'll get are different than these, but I'm just going to show these for example. You'll get some little foil packets of different samples, so you can hand them out to your friends. If you realize that they're just wonderful and you start sharing with people and ask you, well, what is it that you're doing exactly? You have these little samples to hand out to your loved ones. They're really awesome. And they fit perfect in the purse. So So that pretty much covers that. They don't come with a guide that tells you how to use all the oils. You will get general directions on each bottle, and you'll get a user guide, or not a user guide, but a product guide that kind of gives a brief description of each oil and the products that they have. They have more than just oils in their product line. But you can go to this website, Life Science Publishing, and get these little books. They're really awesome. They also have a app. I don't know if it's just iPhone or if it's all smartphones, but you can check it out. It's Life Science Publishing Essential Oils Reference Guide. And that's only $8 on the app is, and you have access to all the same things. But in the beginning, it'll go into the science of it. There is a science to essential oils, people. And it talks about, you know, how when we breathe them in, what they do, how it works. Then it goes into single oils. It's really neat. Like this one's cinnamon. And it tells you the breakdown, the chemistry of the oils. You probably can't see that with the sun. And it gives you the history of it, the medical properties and the uses. It tells you about the application and the cautions. It tells you other oil blends that Young Living sells that particular oil is in. Then they also have biblical references because people in the Bible were using essential oils. It's the first medicine. It's been around forever. It is the first medicine that people were using back in the biblical days. And they were actually, you know, the essential oils were worth more than money. They used it for trading. That's a fun little tip. But anyways, thank you for listening. Sorry for rambling on a couple of times there. Stick around and I'll be doing a giveaway. I do have a door prize for y'all and a giveaway that I'm doing for anyone that signs up with their kits in the month of March. Oh, and if you're interested, Young Living every month does do promotional things that you can get for free. This month, if you you can go to the website. I'll actually share that in the event page. I'll share the graphic that breaks down how to get these products for free, but I'm going to show them to you. Ortho Ease Sport Massage Gel. It's already mixed with the carrier, and it is wonderful for sore muscles. Me and my husband took our boys down the Kima boardwalk. It's an amusement park down there, and we went as soon as they opened. It was like 10 a.m. We didn't get home till 8 or 8:30, so we were out walking and riding all the crazy rides with these kids all day, and we got home, and we felt like we were 90 years old. It was ridiculous, and we were very, very, very sore, so we gave each other massages as long as our eyeballs could stay open, and it instantly gave us so much relief. We weren't 100%, but it made it more tolerable, and the next day we were feeling up really great in comparison. What you can also do with this, really cool, you can go to Walmart, buy a bag of Epsom salts for like $2, get you a little jar, pour about a 1/4 cup to 1 cup, depending on how much you like, of bath salts into a jar, squirt this in, mix it with your finger, and then pour it under your running water, and it will just really be soothing and just warm your body and warm up your muscles and help bring relief to any kind of pains, or if you had a stressful day, it helps with the muscle tension too. And you can also do that with the oils. The other 2 things you can get for free this month is marjoram. It's really, really great also for the muscles and working out. Idaho balsam fir. It is considered the frankincense of the United States, so you know it's pretty rockin'. It smells really good, fresh, crisp, clean. It helps with your muscles too, inflammation. I love this one. It's also part of our morphine balm that we call the morphine balm. It's balsam fir, frankincense, and cobaiba oil. These help relax and calm too. They're great. You can also mix them with your Ortho Ease, and just make sure you always pour the oils in your jar of Epsom salts and stir it first, and then pour it under your bath water. Otherwise, your oils aren't going to disperse evenly in your bath, and you're going to have them floating on the top because, you know, oils and water don't mix. So they have something to cling to when you mix them in the Epsom salt first. It's just a little tip. Thank y'all for listening, and please let me know if you have any questions at the end of this event. You can post them in the event page, and I'll help you answer. Thank you.